Read more often because we had to. It was the only way for us to get knowledge and to be enlightened. Read to your heart's delight and be enlightened. Let's just read. It's a podcast by Andy's Personal Development. Stay tuned for more reading and enlightenment. Our next guest on Let's Just Read is a season 1 American Idol alum and writer. She is Christina Christian Cewe. This is our guest. The publication is entitled, I Believe in Me. Do you believe in you? She wants kids to know that they can fulfill their dreams with work, dedication, and most importantly, belief in themselves. This is the publication. Christina has found the symbol of love. And at times, she's hanging out with family. So, let's welcome this talented singer and writer, Christina Christian Cewe. So, we are live on Let's Just Read, and we say a hearty and warm welcome to, I just found out recently, my compatriot, Christina Christian Cewe. Welcome. How are you doing this evening,
I'm
Christina?
doing
What's up
very
with
well,
you?
Andy. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Wonderful. Thank you for agreeing to come on, and it's going to be a pleasure. We're going to have some fun, but at the same time, we're going to share some valuable content with our people with regards to what you have been doing and the stuff that you're looking forward to do for the future. So let's go back in history a little bit. Tell us about where you grew up and what was it like in your early childhood days that created the foundation for where you are now with the level of success that you have had.
Well, you just mentioned being a compatriot. Both my parents are from Trinidad, so being
Yeah.
first generation American, I have a very similar story to a lot of immigrant families where both grandmothers on both sides of my family came up here first, and they worked in the homes of people as domestic laborers and helped themselves build a
Yeah.
life that enabled my grandmother on my dad's side to save up enough money. Then she ended up helping other families from Trinidad come up here, and she started a daycare. And from there, they started a travel agency that it was EC Worldwide Travel, which is what they
Okay.
started. But before that, it was Carifta Travel in New York, and they focused on the
Okay.
diaspora. So we've been very much involved in the Caribbean community here and the success and development of that. And it really started from just us believing in ourselves, like my grandmother saying she was going to do it, my grandfather having a dream and wanting to follow that dream, which he did. And then always instilling it in us. We never, both my parents, my grandparents always told me on all sides, you can do anything you want to do. No one will stop you. You just have to put in the work to do it. As you
Yeah.
know, education came first.
Yeah. Yeah.
First and
Yeah.
foremost, but you had to push yourself and you had to work hard and work harder than other people that were around you. So that's where this comes
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Thanks for sharing, Christina. Was it difficult for you? Was it challenging for you to make the transition? And if so, how did you adjust?
the transition from like growing up here.
From Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I would say I grew up in the Caribbean community in Miami, but
yeah,
was very much involved with a lot that went on in South Florida. So both
Oh,
my
okay.
parents made sure to expose me to as much as possible, different cultures. My mom was a dancer for Alvin Ailey in New York, so we would visit New York
Okay.
often, and just really get involved in theater and the arts. And the topic is reading, right? Exposing yourself to as much as possible that is different to
Yeah.
you, so that you felt more
Right.
comfortable, that his kids would feel more comfortable in any situation. And I think that was huge for me, becoming who I am, because there were so many different situations that I was in later on in life that if I didn't have that instilled in me early, I probably never would have gone after.
Yeah. The experience helped you to create a better level of tenacity and resilience for yourself. And
Exactly.
it helped to achieve the things that you've accomplished. So you are a writer and a singer. Which one do you pay more emphasis on based on your belief in yourself?
It's different phases of life is what I have to say. Like when I
Uh-huh.
was younger, music was just
Uh-huh.
everything. I mean, I grew up listening to music every day, singing every song. Um, but as I got older and I became a songwriter. And from there, when I decided to have children, I have three wonderful kids, still married to my college
Right.
sweetheart. Um,
Amazing.
I went into a life of I work actually full time in the technology. I'm a consultant in the technology business.
Yeah.
And I don't get to sing on stage that much anymore. I would do certain things, but
Okay.
I always liked songwriting and poems. And when my
Right.
eldest son was about 2.5 years old, when he's starting to do different sports, and you're starting to teach him to read and all that stuff, right? We start early with our firstborns. I wanted to make sure I
Yes. Yes.
instilled confidence in him, and I wanted to give him the same
Mhm.
teachings that my parents and grandparents taught me. And so I was
Yeah.
trying to come up with an easy way for him to remember. So I originally wrote my story as a poem. And
Okay.
being a songwriter, it was great. It rhymes, went along. And then use that poem with him and my other two kids to really instill that narrative of belief in themselves, right? That they could do anything they want to do in life, but they first had to believe in themselves, because
Yeah.
you're always going to come up against naysayers and people that are
Yeah.
pushed back. And if you don't believe it first and you don't believe it wholeheartedly, you're not going to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So that's how I came up with the story. And during COVID, I had, some downtime, as a lot of us did. And I found a wonderful illustrator. It was like my fifth illustrator that I used, and decided, let me finish this book, because this message not only had to help my kids, but I really wanted the message to help other children everywhere.
Yeah. Great. Amazing. Thank you, Christina. So the book is entitled I Believe in Me. Do you believe in you? What it is are you trying to awaken or challenge in people? And I know that you specifically want to target children, but this is a universal kind of question. What it is that you're looking to challenge and awaken, first of all, in the children, and I suppose universally. What is the whole theme then of the message you're trying to get out?
It's igniting the fire in them to go after anything
Yeah,
they want, right? We
right,
have
right.
life always brings challenges. That is one thing we can always count on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But how you face those challenges, right, is how you get through. Like, that determines your level of success. And
Okay.
how people learn to face challenges is, again, it goes back to just their belief in themselves. Everything to me goes back to your belief in yourself. That has to be your root. That's that's what roots you in life. Because, as I
Mm-hmm.
said, again, there will always be challenges. There will always be naysayers. There will always be things that you fail at, right? But failure, I don't see as bad. It's just another opportunity to learn. And when you believe
Yeah,
in
yeah.
yourself, that's how it changes your mind about that, right? You don't get so down on
Yes.
yourself. You say, okay, I know, even if I fail at this, that I can come back and do it better, because I'm going to learn what caused me to fail, and I'm going to come back and use that to fuel me to continue going after my dreams. So I really, and like you said, it's not just for kids, it's for adults as well, because a lot of adults didn't get this message young. But I'm really hoping to change generations and to really ignite a fire in them that regardless of any circumstance that you're in, that as long as you believe it for yourself, that you can achieve it.
Okay, great. I love it. It's inspirational. It's really original and refreshing. So thank you so much for that. Let's go back a little bit and look at season one, American Idol Alum. How was that experience like for you?
I have to say, it has taught me so much about myself. One
Uh-huh.
of the things that people didn't know is I do have a chronic health condition, and that time I had no idea what was wrong. So
Okay.
I auditioned for this huge show, the first time it's ever been here in the US. I was a college student at the University of Florida studying finance and sociology, so not even music.
Uh-huh.
And I decided, hey, let me take this shot, right, and go after a dream that I had. And I did it, and I got on the show, and there was a couple months between auditions and when we actually went for the top 10. And
Yeah.
during the process, I was getting very sick. I lost a lot of weight, didn't know what was going
Oh,
on. They sent me to doctors. My voice wasn't what it used to be, and I was like, there was a lot of fear and panic. So I had to, though, go on the stage, every week and perform regardless of what I was feeling like.
okay. Wow.
My body actually gave out. So I was the one that was rushed to the hospital. It was pretty bad. And it was
Hmm.
a hard lesson. And it taught me so many things in life afterwards. One, that even when you don't feel good, you got to get up and do what you need to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
You're not always going to be able to perform at your best because there's other things that happen, right? The universe, God, things happen in your life that you sometimes can't explain and you don't know why.
Yes.
And three, just like that, I was truly able to get through some of my hardest times in life, right? Because I didn't have control. I was
Hmm.
21 years old, being put
Yeah.
on this huge stage, not knowing what's going on with my body, no control. My voice doesn't sound the way, and
Yeah. Yeah.
feeling that frustration, but yet still pushing through and getting through it. So it was a lot. And I got to accomplish afterward performing 30 different, sold out stadiums. I was one of the four that was signed to a record contract. I got to travel the world after. I worked on
Yeah.
shows, hosting TV. I wrote music,
Yeah. Yeah.
music with many different producers globally, wrote music for other artists. I had such a wonderful education, by traveling and meeting and just doing different things, that I say, even though American Idol started as a rocky start for me, the level of
Hmm.
education that I got for the years to follow and through that process, I couldn't have gotten in any university. So I was
Okay.
blessed
Yeah.
to have that education so young, right?
Yeah.
And be able to build upon it afterwards.
Yay! Fantastic. I gotta give you a cheer for that. I
Thank you.
gotta give you a cheer because I'm beginning to think that the inspiration to write the book is more or less like a mirror of the experiences that you have had. So much so that you were able to pen it and then put it in a format that you know is going to be able to inspire people to really believe in themselves despite the challenges. So tell us, is there going to be a follow up to this book? Are you looking to something in the future, a part two, or maybe a mini series or something? Is that in the making?
I will say I'm currently in the process of completing a second children's book, and it's called Little Cub's Happiness Quest. And
Uh
my
huh.
focus with, I think, everything that I want to write, because I was dreaming about another story that I'm going to start penning soon, but it's all
Okay.
about strengthening the self, right? And that's
Yes. Yes.
that truly for me is where I think anything that I write about in the short-term future will be about that. That's where my heart is guiding me. I have three children, all different ages. My eldest son is about to start applying to colleges, and it's a really stressful time. His first year of high school was during the first lockdown of COVID. And
Wow. Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
changes with him, with his friends, and children,
Yeah.
people globally. Mental health was a big thing. So my focus
Yeah.
is on how do we strengthen self at all ages.
Mm-hmm.
But my focus will be kids, because I think when parents are reading these stories to their children, they're not just strengthening their children, they're strengthening themselves, because they want to mirror
Yeah.
things for their children. So I think by
Yeah.
focusing on children, I'm helping the whole family.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Makes sense. Thanks for sharing, Christina. I love that. So tell me this. When was the last time you visited folks back in Trinidad? I'm just curious.
Right. I was supposed to be there right before COVID. So
Ooh.
April
Wow.
2020, my cousins were getting married,
Uh-huh.
and we were planning a big event down there, and COVID shut
Uh-huh.
that down. So that was very upsetting.
Wow.
We're hoping to get there late 2024 or 2025, because we have a lot of weddings this year, and my
Uh-huh.
son, as I said, was graduating school. So we are looking to go visit some family. I have family in Diego Martin, I have family in Gasparillo, I have family in Palmas,
Yeah.
St. James,
Wow.
all over Trinidad.
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful. So you have a spread geography. Really
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
As we on that note, just say a quick hi or shout out to anyone in Trinidad. If you just have anyone on your mind, you can just say a quick shout out. No problem. Go ahead.
I want to say a big shout out to my Auntie Joyce, who's in
Uh-huh.
Houston. She has always just been a beautiful light in my life. I have a lot
Yeah.
of family, and I love you all, but Auntie Joyce is a really special individual. And I think anybody that hears this and knows her knows why I'm saying this. Um, she's always helped me believe in myself. And I would say
Mm-hmm.
her family unit, my cousin, let me say cousin Nigel and Uncle Des and Sheldon and Marissa. Um, they're just a family that always believed in their ability as well, and they always pushed us all to do well. And Auntie Joyce, that definitely comes from her.
Okay, great. So nobody else don't get jealous. Auntie Joyce is really special. Everybody is special, but she just have this little something extra from Christina. So no jealousy. It's all love for everybody.
All
So
love.
what I want to do, all love, and it's powerful. It's really powerful. So Christina, I just want to share something with you, and I hope the technology behaves itself. Let me see if I could get this in. This is really powerful and surprising. So here we go.
Oh, baby, baby, what you done to me? Oh, you made me feel so good inside. And I just don't wanna be so close to you. You made me feel so alive. 'Cause you make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Whoa! Powerful a cappella stuff. Tell us about that. That was really powerful.
It was just an evening that I had, and I just was in a good mood, and that song just came to me, and I was like, you know what? Let me just sing this real quick, and that's what I did.
Wow. 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 Wonderful. Thank you so much.
My
So,
youngest son just came running out here. He thought
uh,
I was singing at the time. He was like, "What's going on?"
ah, family, it's so important.
Yes.
So, here's the thing with regards to the stuff that you did, you were a TV host, you were on MTV, you traveled, you had all this wonderful experience and so on. If there's someone that's budding with talent and they want to get into the entertainment industry, Christina, based on your experience, what are some of the things that you would tell them that they need to observe, they need to look out for, based on what you have learned? And you have been extensively touring and stuff. So you had the opportunity to, you know, hands on one, get the experience. What would you say to them that would help them maintain a successful career out there?
I think it's important to learn as much as you can about the evolving industry, right? I think
Okay. Yeah.
there's some technology out there. You can read, you can watch YouTube videos, you can do so much to try just to understand
Yeah.
how the industry works, depending on what you want to go into.
Okay.
Practice craft. I think that's very important. Keeping your
Mm-hmm.
body healthy. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, because I didn't know that when I was younger, how important
Okay.
fueling your body right is
Yeah.
to any
Yeah.
success, right? Because without health, you have
Okay.
nothing. And,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, keeping, again, going back to just believing in yourself, keeping others' opinions that are not the opinions that
Yeah.
are necessarily in the path that you want to go, keep them out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah.
not tell
Yeah.
everybody what you want to do, right? Because it creates more room for negativity
Yeah.
than for light. And you want to go with you want to be guided by your light. So those are
Right.
some
Right.
things I would say.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. In terms of a mentor, I know that you spoke about Auntie Joyce, and she would have played an important part in your life and your development, your growth. Your grandparents were there and stuff. But if there's one person that you had to single out, that would have been the still voice, that one still voice that you'd always go to, and they'd always tell you, hey, Christina, no, think about it this way. You know, that voice that keeps you grounded and helps you make decisions when you have tough decisions to make and you need to, really decide, should I or should I not? Is there that one person in your life, Christina?
I don't think there's one person. I'm very
Uh-huh.
blessed with a mom and a dad that I talk to
Yeah.
daily that
Okay.
guide me, and they guide me daily. I call my dad my lead strategist. My mom
Uh-huh.
is somebody that I'm always able to bounce ideas off of, and she'll tell me if
Yeah.
I'm doing something correctly or incorrectly.
Uh,
And she
okay.
gives me advice, not tell me what to do, but
Yeah.
give me
Yeah.
advice
Yeah.
on maybe you should look at things this way, or why don't you think about it this way? My parents are very good about giving advice, but not necessarily telling us what to do and helping us to
Right.
find the answer
Right.
on our own.
Yeah. Okay.
So my mom
Great.
and dad,
That's a blessing. Yeah. That's a blessing. That's a wonderful thing to have. And how do you balance your commitment with the writing and stuff with family? I know you have three wonderful kids and you are still married to your high school sweetheart. That in itself is really
well,
an
college
accomplishment.
sweetheart. I did meet him
College.
7 days after
Wow.
graduating college.
Okay, that's excellent. That's excellent. That's wonderful.
I said that wrong. 7 days after graduating high school, my first day of college, I met him. So
Right.
that's how that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. So,
Balance.
how do you make that balance? Yeah.
I'm not going to say that it's easy. I probably don't balance it all correctly. I
Uh-huh.
try my best. Um,
Okay.
my books are my passion project, and my kids know that. And I think
Yeah.
this one was extra special
Yeah.
for them because they've heard this message their whole life, and I keep them involved in the process. Um,
Right.
so they're very understanding of when I have interviews or when I'm working on the book or my stories are coming to me or working on the
Uh-huh.
illustrations. They're very
Yeah.
understanding of that. But family time always comes first for me.
Right. Right. So sounds like you have it under control, like you have the balance. And I guess the most important thing is to have the love and the support of your immediate family with you. It makes a whole lot of difference when you got to focus in your career as well.
Very true.
I want you to imagine something, Christina, based on the message that you are sending to people, beginning from children. As you said, you would target the children first, and the rest of the family would be touched as a result. If you had a megaphone to speak to almost 8 billion people, which is roughly the world population now, and there's one powerful thing out of that book that you want them to hear, what would you say to them?
Out of the book is that the only person stopping you from your ability to succeed with any goal or dream you have is you. And you
It's
have
you.
to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
biggest cheerleader.
That's a powerful message. That's a powerful message. Okay, I'm interested. I'm curious. What is family spare time like on the down low when there's no work, there's no interview, There's no illustration, no copyright, no singing. Family time. Is it picnic, beach? What? What do you do?
We like to play cards. We like to cook. We love eating.
Ah,
So my husband is a very
okay.
good cook, and the kids
Uh-huh.
like to cook and eat. So we enjoy food together. We like to hang out in the pool. You just showed a picture of the jacuzzi, us in the
Yeah,
jacuzzi. Family time is
that's nice.
a lot about,
Yeah,
eating and stuff like that. I do, and my friends and my family will always say we love to gather. We are a family that gathers, brings the
yeah,
family together, our
yeah.
friends together, and my husband loves to just cook for everybody, and I love to have everybody over. So that's what
Okay,
we do.
great.
Like
Sounds
to
good. Some, so I'm gonna put you on the spot here a little bit, Christina.
okay.
Um, when you look at food and you're eating and you're thinking about basic American food, like just simple homemade stuff, you have ham and cheese and you have peanut butter and jelly. Which would you choose?
Ooh, just for American food, it's not my American food's not my favorite food, but if I
Ah, I like that. I
I'd
like that.
probably do peanut butter and jelly over a ham and cheese sandwich.
And why? Why would you choose peanut butter and jelly?
That's just what I would go my go-to. Now, if I had like
Okay.
a honey baked ham, a ham that was made like really well,
Ah,
then I would make a ham sandwich with like,
all right.
made
All
bread
right.
with my mom. But like on a normal American one, I would just go for
Mm-hmm.
peanut butter and jelly.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. And what is your favorite sport? Is it the NFL? Is it Sunday night baseball?
Hmm.
Uh, cricket? You're from the Caribbean.
My
I don't
grandmother
know.
used to be the women's captain of the women's cricket team back in the 50s. I
Interesting.
think in terms of favorite sport, I don't know if I have a favorite sport, but I love watching sports. And I've grown up
Uh-huh.
watching football, grown up watching basketball, watch cricket, watch
Yeah.
baseball. I play tennis, and so does my dad and my
Right.
my
Right.
kids. So I
Yeah.
love playing tennis. But I love sports in general. I think it's important to be active, and I think it's
Yeah.
great for camaraderie and things like that.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. Thanks for sharing. So Steve Nanku is on with us, and that's his comment there. He says, "Good night, nice show."
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Steve.
much. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate your comment. Okay, so we are now coming to the end of this wonderful and entertaining episode, and I'd like to give Christina the opportunity to tell you all how you can get her book, and if you need to have her to speak or to share any information on music and stuff, or about the theme of the book, if you're having challenges and you need to reach out to Christina, what's the best way in which they can reach out to you, Christina? Tell them.
So either ChristinaChristianCewe.com or I believe in me, do you.com.
All
Definitely reach
right,
out.
I just put it up. I just put it up on the, yeah, so that they can see. Okay, great. There's one more thing that I want to play, and I want to get your feedback on it. So stand by for this.
I Believe in Me. Do You Believe in You? By Christina Christian Cewe. Do you have a dream or a challenge or a goal? Do you want to know the secret to making them whole? Do you want to jump so high that you can touch the sky? Or build a rocket and into space fly? If you truly believe you can do anything that you ever dream, you must first believe in your ability to succeed. I Believe in Me. Do You Believe in You? Is the inspiring new book by Christina Christian Cewe.
Yeah, that was so powerful. It was a clear illustration, a depiction of the real message, the core, genuine message that you want folks to get in the book. And I know that you focus basically with the children first, but what do you want to say in addition to the parents as guardians, those who are the protector and those who would be responsible for bringing up these children? How do they combine the same message and get the support of the parents? What role do you want the parents to play?
Well, I think most parents know that how we are the ones like that for our children that they look up to the most, right? And if we want them to believe in themselves, we have to show them that we believe in ourselves. And that's what I really want from the book, is to start that dialogue between parents and their children.
Right. Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. So, folks, we have been live on Let's Just Read with our guest, Christina Christian Cewe, and we have heard many wonderful things about her life, her family, and the work that she's doing. Go get the book. I Believe in Me. Do You Believe in You? It's up there on the screen, as you can see. Go check the book out and support the information that Christine is sharing based on her personal experience and knowledge that she wants to start with the family, of course, beginning with the children. And that's a wonderful place to start. Until next time, this is Andy of Andy's Personal Development on the podcast Let's Just Read, saying thank you so much for your continued support. And I'm just going to give you 10 seconds to go check out the book. And when you get the book, go get the book and yeah, so we have come to the end. And as we bid you all bye, we say keep on reading, keep on seeking knowledge and information so that you can be enlightened and we can have a better quality of life as we move forward with the inspiration we get from the knowledge and the enlightenment we receive. So until next time, this is Andy together with my guest, Christina Christian Cewe, saying so long, God bless. Shalom. Namaste. Bye for
Thank you
now.
so much, Andy. Bye bye.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on.